Hi, I'm Joe.
I'm Patty.
And baby, oh, he's right there, but he really isn't. He's at home and he's probably getting in trouble or something. We'll probably see him later in this video. Most likely, if not definitely. Anyhow, today is kind of a different video. And it's something that happened on one of our previous videos, recent videos, that spawned us to do this video. So anyhow, I want to ask Patty a question. Patty, do you believe in ghosts?
I do.
Yeah, well, and I can appreciate that, and I almost would say I do as well. But what I can tell you is I don't disbelieve in them, you know, because there's not enough. Unless I know something for sure, I can't say it doesn't exist or does exist. So once I'm confronted by a ghost in front of me, then I would probably say I totally believe in them. But right now I would say I probably have a pretty good belief in them. I certainly don't disbelieve in them. And based on what we heard on this previous video, it's very possible we heard something spooky, or maybe it was something else. Anyways, we'll talk about that in a little bit. Enough said, let's go take a look. Well, let me give you a little bit more background on what's going on here. So we are at the W.T. Bland Library, which has several things. We did the Butterfly Garden, which we're sitting in right now, and then the Pine Forest. No, what is it? It's the Forest Preserve. Forest Preserve, that's right. And it's a trail, boardwalk. It's very fun. We did a video on it. And on our way out, we heard a noise that sounded kind of spooky. Well, we've walked the trails. It was fun. It was surprising. This whole area, what worked up an appetite. I think it's time to get something to eat. Where are we going? Where are we going?
Tony's Chowder House. Is that the name of it?
Something like that. It's supposed to have really good clam chowder. Now, it could have been a motorcycle revving its engine, or it could have been something else, and we're not really sure. It sounded more like something else. And if you want to just go to that video, you can go to 22 minutes and 55 seconds, I believe. And then you will see, yes, 22 minutes, 55 seconds. And then you will see that, or hear that sound that we heard. And I'm not sure I heard it when it went off. Did you hear it, Patty?
Yeah, I heard it. And I think I heard it earlier when we were just about done with the walk.
Okay. So, anyhow, you be the judge. If there's anybody with paranormal experience, leave some comments below. Let us know what you think. But we're going to take a look at the cemetery because there's some background with that. So let's go take a look. So as we're walking to the cemetery, a couple things to note. Like, was it just coincidence that we heard this noise and it happened to be next to a cemetery, right? And number two, is it just a coincidence that it's Mount Dora, which has ghost tours and a lot of backstories? Well, the backstory on this is, first off, this cemetery was something that was put in place by J.P. Donnelly, kind of the founder of Mount Dora. And in fact, there's a tombstone there we're going to try to find. The whole spooky thing about it is that apparently there was a family back in the 1800s, I think late 1800s, and they were on their horse and carriage going to Lake Eustis. And apparently they stopped at a watering hole called Fiddler's Pond, which is just around the corner, and we'll try to put some information in on that. And I guess this used to be a sinkhole, and it's very steep. And they went to give their water to their horses, and the horse fell in, and the carriage did as well. They didn't know how to swim. They drowned. I guess they found them later. They have a tombstone here in this cemetery. Is that what we heard? Who knows? But we're going to explore it, take a look at it, get to know the history a little bit. So let's come along, let's take a look. It's a very peaceful area. If you haven't seen the video, I strongly urge you to go look at it. Not just to hear that sound, but also just to see it, because it's a beautiful facility. If you're in this area, it's a good place to visit. The library is awesome. By the way, they have new displays in their patio. You know, when we came, it was around Christmas time. They had Christmas displays, but now they have dinosaurs. And kids love dinosaurs. But anyhow, they had the butterfly garden, which was in the video, and that's just an awesome butterfly garden. And the trails, you know, beautiful nature trails. We love walking trails, seeing nature. So this is kind of like a back entrance to this cemetery. The name of the cemetery is Pine Forest Cemetery. And originally it was called Forest Cemetery, but someone decided there was too many cemeteries named Forest Cemetery, and they decided to change the name to Forest Cemetery. Did I say that right? I don't know. It used to be Forest Cemetery, and they changed it to Pine Forest Cemetery because there was too many forest cemeteries. That's the story. Anyhow, we're going to be quiet now, and we're just going to kind of go in and observe, because we're going to have respect, you know, for the deceased. But we're going to investigate a little bit and take a look and just see what it's like. I think we found, the name of the family was the Warburton, I believe is the name. And it was a mother, father, and twins. And they perished with their horse and buggy going into Fiddler Pond, which is not too far from here. But I was told, or actually I investigated, and it said that the tombstone was opposite or perpendicular to all the other tombstones. Like if you look at all the tombstones, they're facing this way. And this one over here is facing the other way. And I'm wondering, I don't know that if someone knows the facts behind it, comments again. I'm wondering if it has to do with I read somewhere where that they're actually not buried here. There's kind of a memorial for them, you know, and maybe because of that, they have to put the tombstone different. I don't know, I'm guessing. Let me know if that's correct or not. Anyhow, let's take a look. This is it. In memory of Robert, Hannah Warburton, and their two children, Peter and Essie, all drowned in the Fiddler Pond in 1882. Looks like someone brought flowers to them, which is a horrible way to pass, especially young kids and young family. Beautiful cemetery, very peaceful. But there's, may they rest in peace. we found our marker that we were looking for, but we're just kind of having interesting seeing the real old ones and thinking about the history and how life might have been when they were alive. Anyhow, let's take a peek at a couple. We found one over here. This one here is Fred Smith, and he passed away in 1886. I think by the dates, Fred was maybe 18 years old. Young life. This is a nice stone. It's sacred to the memory of Mrs. Lucy Moyes. The world was happier and better for her pure, true, and loving and unselfish life. Our mother. She probably was a very good woman. We're still looking for J.P. Donnelly's stone. We may or may not find it. But... Well, Patty was the one to spot this one. It's the Donnelly tombstone here in the Pine Forest Cemetery, right next to the W.T. Bland Library. Anyway, let's take a little closer look. If I haven't said it so already, J.P. Donnelly's pretty famous here. This is right off of Donnelly Street, which goes right through downtown Mount Dora, historic downtown Mount Dora. And they were founders of this town pretty much. He became the mayor. I think he had an even more political career than that, but and the original Donnelly was the one that set aside 2.5 acres to create the cemetery originally. I think it's much more than that now, but Annie McDonald, wife of John P. Donnelly, 1850 to 1808, and then it looks like it says 1850, or maybe that's a different.
Yeah, it's 1850.
Is it 1850?
Mm-hmm.
Could it be 1880?
Oh.
I'm wondering if it's a son, but it looks like a 50. So how would one die in 1908 and another one pass in 1930? I don't know. Someone knows, leave a comment. I was thinking maybe one was a father, one was a son, but the dates of birth don't make sense unless I'm reading that wrong. So anyhow, the Donnelly tombstone here in Mount Dora at the Forest Pine Forest Cemetery. So when we heard the noise, we're leaving the cemetery now, but when we heard the noise, it was over there by the south entrance to the Forest Preserve Trail and Boardwalk. We entered up here where the north is, and we were doing our outro basically, and we heard this noise. Well, we've walked the trails. It was fun. It was surprising. This whole area, what worked up an appetite. I think it's time to get something to eat. Where are we going?
Tony's Chowder House, is that the name of it?
Something like that. It's supposed to have really good clam chowder. And so maybe something from this area, who knows? But again, let us know what you think. Well, I guess we're done exploring the cemetery. Hungry as heck. How about you? Yeah, let's get something to eat. Where are we going to?
Are we going to O'Keefe's?
Yes, O'Keefe's. We haven't been there yet, so we're excited. We're still new to this area, and we could go back to the places we've been to, but we really want to kind of explore other options, and so we haven't been to O'Keefe's yet. We heard it's pretty good, so, and I love Irish food, so let's do it. Let's go get something to eat.
Sounds good.
How was your lunch?
Oh, it was delicious.
What did you have?
Well, we shared the
I should know that.
sandwich.
Yes, we shared the Reuben sandwich. And for the price, that was a lot of meat. That was one half sandwich was plenty for me. And had the boxed potatoes, and you had the potato skins.
Yeah, those were good.
That came with the meal, but the beers were delicious and cold. It was just a fun day. And by the way, O'Keefe's did not disappoint. It was delicious. Service was great, top notch. We really liked it a lot. Anyhow, that does it for our video exploring what happened on our previous video. Do you believe in ghosts? I don't know. Do you believe in motorcycles? Do you believe in motorcycles, Patty?
I don't know. I'm not sure.
Well, that now does it until our next adventure. I guess we'll say goodbye and so long, and all right, see you later. Wave goodbye, Patty.
See ya.
Wave goodbye, Patty. Okay, bye-bye.